Hello everyone, and welcome back to another English podcast. I'm so happy you're here today. If you're listening while driving, studying, walking, relaxing at home, or simply practicing your English, thank you for choosing to spend these next few minutes with me. Today's story is called My Day as a Nurse. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to wear scrubs, walk through hospital hallways, help patients recover, and make life-changing decisions every single day? Being a nurse isn't just about hospitals, medicine, or injections. It's about compassion. It's about patience. It's about teamwork. It's about helping people during some of the happiest, and sometimes the most difficult, moments of their lives. Today, I want you to imagine that you are right beside me. We're starting our shift together. So take a deep breath. Let's begin. My alarm goes off at exactly 5:15 in the morning. For a second, I want to stay in bed. It's still dark outside, and everything is quiet. But then I remember something important. There are patients waiting for me. People who need help. People who are counting on their nurses today. That thought gives me enough motivation to get up. I make my bed, take a quick shower, and get dressed. I carefully put on my navy blue scrubs. Then I place my stethoscope around my neck, check my ID badge, put a notebook and several pens into my pocket, and wear my comfortable shoes. A nurse spends most of the day walking. Comfortable shoes are not a luxury. They're a necessity. Before leaving, I prepare a simple breakfast. Scrambled eggs, toast, fruit, and a large cup of coffee. Long shifts require energy. As I drive to the hospital, I watch the sunrise. The streets slowly become busier. People are heading to work. Parents are taking their children to school. Coffee shops are opening. For many people, today is just another ordinary day. For someone inside the hospital, today could become one of the most important days of their life. I arrive a few minutes early. I greet the security guard at the entrance. Good morning. He smiles. Morning. Have a great shift. Inside the hospital, everything is already moving quickly. Phones are ringing. Wheelchairs roll through the hallways. Doctors review patient files. Nurses prepare medications. Cleaning staff sanitize rooms. Visitors quietly wait outside patient rooms. Hospitals never really sleep. Someone always needs help. At exactly 7 o'clock, our morning handover begins. The night nurses explain everything that happened during the last 12 hours. Room 201 had a patient with a fever. Room 204 is scheduled for surgery. Room 210 needs blood tests this morning. Room 215 is ready to go home. I carefully write everything down. Every detail matters. One forgotten piece of information could affect a patient's care. After the meeting, I begin my rounds. My first patient is Mrs. Thompson. She's recovering after hip replacement surgery. I gently knock on her door. Good morning. How are you feeling today? She smiles. A little sore, but much better than yesterday. That's wonderful to hear. I check her blood pressure. Normal. Heart rate. Normal. Temperature. Normal. Oxygen saturation. Perfect. I help her sit up in bed. Recovery isn't only about medicine. Movement is important too. Little by little, she'll become stronger. Before leaving, she says something that makes me smile. Thank you for always explaining everything. You make me feel less afraid. Sometimes people don't remember what medicine you gave them. But they always remember how you made them feel. My next patient is a little different. He's only 8 years old. His name is Noah. He's waiting for surgery this afternoon. As soon as I enter the room, I notice he's nervous. He's hugging his stuffed dinosaur. Good morning, Noah. He doesn't answer. His mother smiles apologetically. He's a little scared. I sit beside his bed. What kind of dinosaur is that? His eyes light up. It's a T-Rex. Wow. A brave dinosaur. Within minutes, we're talking about dinosaurs, volcanoes, and superheroes. Sometimes distraction is the best medicine. When it's finally time for him to go to surgery, he looks at me and says, "I'm still scared. But I think I'll be okay." "You're going to do great." Watching his confidence grow reminds me why kindness matters so much. Around 9 o'clock, I receive my first unexpected challenge. A patient suddenly presses the emergency call button. I hurry to the room. An elderly man is struggling to breathe. His wife looks frightened. I immediately check his oxygen level. It's lower than normal. I call the doctor while another nurse brings oxygen equipment. Everything happens quickly. Within minutes, the patient's breathing begins to improve. His wife looks at me with tears in her eyes. "Thank you." I gently squeeze her hand. "He's doing much better now." Moments like these remind me that staying calm can make all the difference. Around mid-morning, I help prepare a patient for surgery. I explain every step. "We're going to take you to the operating room soon." She asks me, "Will everything be okay?" I smile reassuringly. "You have an excellent surgical team. We'll take good care of you." Patients often need reassurance more than complicated explanations. As nurses, we don't just care for bodies. We care for emotions too. Before lunch, I spend time changing dressings, checking 4 lines, administering medications, measuring blood sugar levels, recording vital signs, answering questions from family members, and helping several patients walk around the hallway. Each task may seem small, but together, they help people recover. Finally, it's lunchtime. The break room is filled with laughter. One nurse tells us about her toddler who tried to feed cereal to the family dog. Another talks about her vacation plans. For 30 short minutes, we're not thinking about medicine. We're simply co-workers enjoying a break. Then it's time to return. The afternoon starts peacefully. But hospitals can change in seconds. Suddenly, an ambulance arrives. The emergency department becomes incredibly busy. Paramedics rush through the doors. Doctors immediately begin evaluating the patient. Nurses prepare medication, connect monitors, and assist however they can. Although everything seems chaotic, every member of the team knows exactly what to do. That's what training is for. When emergencies happen, teamwork becomes our greatest strength. Later in the afternoon, I visit a patient who has been in the hospital for almost 3 weeks. He tells me something I'll never forget. "You know, when I first arrived here, I was terrified. Now, every nurse feels like family." His words stay with me. Healthcare isn't only about curing illness. It's about making people feel they aren't alone. A little later, I help an elderly woman video call her granddaughter. As soon as the little girl appears on the screen, both of them start smiling. The grandmother laughs. The granddaughter waves excitedly. For a few minutes, the hospital room feels less like a hospital. It feels like home. Not every act of care involves medicine. Sometimes, it's simply helping someone connect with the people they love. As the afternoon continues, I teach a patient how to use crutches safely. Another patient learns how to care for a surgical wound at home. Another practices breathing exercises after lung surgery. Education is a huge part of nursing. Helping patients understand their recovery gives them confidence after leaving the hospital. Around 6 o'clock, I make my final rounds. I ask each patient if they need anything before the night shift arrives. One needs another pillow. Another would like a glass of water. One patient simply wants someone to listen for a few minutes. As my shift comes to an end, I update every patient's medical record and hand everything over to the night nurses. Finally, it's 7 o'clock. My shift is over. I'm tired, but I'm also proud. Today, I helped patients, supported families, and made a difference in people's lives. Being a nurse isn't easy, but it's one of the most rewarding jobs in the world. As I head home, I know tomorrow will bring new challenges and new opportunities to help others. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's story and learned some new English along the way. Don't forget to follow for more English podcasts and stories. Until next time, keep practicing.
I hope today's story inspired you to try something new while improving your English. Thanks for listening, and remember, every day is a new chance to learn. See you in the next episode, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my social media such as TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Goodbye.